Brooklyn Nine-Nine star Chelsea Peretti is out with a new movie today. It's called First Time Female Director. She plays a woman unexpectedly put in charge of directing her own play. So she not only stars in this movie, she also wrote the screenplay and made her directorial debut. Anthony Mason met up with Chelsea in New York City.
Our first female director, Sam Clifford.
Chelsea Peretti does it all in her new film, First Time Female Director.
Whoa! Where's my spotlight action? Okay, we'll do it some other time.
Did having written it and acting in it and directing it, did that turn out to be
a disaster?
A challenge?
I think we need to talk through some of our issues.
Like her lead character, Sam, it was Peretti's first crack at directing.
I definitely tried to back out at certain points
Why?
Early on, just because I was like, oh, if I write it and act in it, maybe that's enough, you know?
Yeah. What ultimately convinced you to do it?
Amy.
Peretti's friend, Amy Poehler, signed on as a producer.
And then this is like Amy Poehler's notes.
Among Poehler's comments on an early draft of the script back in 2018,
"Can I audition for The Therapist?" Amy said.
And she got the part.
She got it.
I'm happy.
How do you know?
Could I be tricking myself?
We had 23 days to shoot,
Yeah.
which felt like summer camp, but really high-octane summer camp.
Yeah.
Yes, Sam.
in the film, Sam finds directing her play more challenging than expected.
I knew today was gonna be hard, I knew that.
Peretti faced her own challenges as a new director.
My editor's first cut was 3.5 hours long. I invited a bunch of friends and family over to watch this 3.5 hour cut at my house. It's like, so what'd you think? They're all asleep.
Peretti says she had to resist the urge to rewrite forever.
They're closing the casket and your arm reaches out and types 2 more lines and then you die. Comedy for me is the closest thing I have to a religion, where it's the only thing that kind of routinely makes everything feel like it's going to be okay.
Has it always been that way for you?
Yeah, I'm sure it's a survival mechanism of some kind. I had a chaotic childhood, probably.
Her parents divorced when she was growing up in Oakland. Kids called her weird in school.
I just got more funny as the stakes of survival got higher.
She came to New York for college
When you first do stand-up, you're like, what do I do with my hands?
and started doing stand-up. Her first open mic was here at the Parkside Lounge.
That was my first taste of, oh yeah, just like thinking of an idea is not enough. You actually have to like shape it and figure out how to connect with an audience.
Do you ever do one chore and then celebrate that for 10 years?
In 2010, she landed a job in LA as a writer on the Sarah Silverman program.
I'm Becky. Cool place.
I'm Sarah. Cool face.
You just need one person who has a name to be like, I believe in you.
Yeah.
And then other people are like, maybe I will too.
She'd write for Parks and Recreation with Amy Poehler.
So if there's an explosion, say, in Ramsett Park, and someone from sewage gets there first, they'd be in charge?
For Kroll Show with Nick Kroll.
If you think you have enough mascara on, you don't.
And appeared in Key and Peele with her future husband, Jordan Peele. Then, in 2013, her big break came with the police comedy Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
There has been a ton of crime in my neighborhood, and the cops in my precinct are very bad.
You live in our precinct.
Yeah, I know.
I auditioned to be a cop, and they were like, they don't think you seem like a cop.
Were you crushed?
No.
I'm sorry, I just don't think this is something you're good at.
What? The only thing I'm not good at is modesty, because I'm great at it.
Instead, they found a role for her as the precinct assistant, Gina Linetti.
There are whole clip reels of your moments on that show.
Thank you. Thanks for looking at those.
But that's got to be pretty funny to see.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love that people connected with the character, and I did have like a lot of teenage girls being like, how is Gina so confident? I want to be like that, you know? And I'm like, yeah, don't pull back the mask.
I gotta go.
Aren't you forgetting something?
No! Pay your bill!
The series reunited Peretti with Andy Samberg, who she'd been friends with in elementary school.
There was a production of Annie. I feel like he was Daddy Warbucks. And I was like orphan number 7, so some things never change.
Climb aboard, sir.
Some of her most memorable scenes were with Andre Braugher, who played Captain Holt.
Let's do this.
And how am I supposed to get all the way up there?
Gracefully.
Boost my bottom!
I'm boosting!
He was a brilliant person and a brilliant actor.
Braugher died late last year of lung cancer.
You guys seem to have a real connection on that show.
I loved Andre. I really did. He's just a special person.
Peretti says she'd like to direct more and develop a TV series of her own.
How are you as a critic of your own stuff?
Unfair, mixed with grandiose, you know? I'm like either like, this is terrible or I'm a god. So, you know, I'm like with my movie, I'm just trying to be really proud that I did this.
Getting to the finish line itself is an achievement.
No, I'm again going, my mind is going to the casket, the finish line, the ultimate finish line.
You seem to have a sort of obsession with death.
Yeah. Don't we all?
What's that all about?
I don't know. Well, now I feel like I'm in the stage of life where it's like, you know, wrapping up.
You got a long way to go.
We don't know. This will be incredible footage to have if I'm hit by a cab after this, you know?
Please don't even joke.
You'll be like, ugh, we do have the best footage for this memoriam.
Wow.
She's still alive.
She is. I'm glad to say she's alive and well.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's interesting how, if you notice when she was showing those notes that Amy Poehler gave her back in 2018, that tells you how long it takes to develop a film.
Yeah, she's so talented, Anthony. I love
wickedly
her in Brooklyn
talented.
Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
I like her philosophy. I think she's terrific. She says, I'm either this is terrible or I'm a god. She's hilarious.
It's true, though. Haven't we all
really
kind of
like
had
her.
that feeling? That's what I love. She touches on stuff we all know.
So how do we see this movie?
We see this movie on Roku. Its first-time female director is out on Roku today.
All
That
right.
is awesome, Anthony.
Chelsea,
Great
cheering
stuff
for you.
as usual.